3 years ago, in August 2018, a tragedy struck the island of Muharraq in Bahrain. The Imam of the local mosque, Sheikh Abdul Jalil, known for his piety and dedication to his community, went about his usual routine. It was just a day after the joyous wedding of one of his daughters, a day no one had imagined would end in such horror. On Saturday, Sheikh Abdul Jalil led the dawn prayers as he did every day. However, this would be his last. After the dawn prayers, the Imam did not return home. His family grew anxious and began searching for him everywhere but found no trace. As hours turned into the next day, they received the devastating news. The mosque's muezzin, a Bengali man who had been working there, had lured the Imam under the pretext of needing help to repair a faulty light bulb. The muezzin had a history of shirking his duties and was also involved in the illicit trade of visas. Using the mosque as his base of operations, Sheikh Abdul Jalil had advised the muezzin to focus on his primary responsibilities several times, but the muezzin remained unresponsive. Finally, the Imam reported him to the Awqaf administration. 2 days before the incident, the muezzin was dismissed with a grace period to find another job. Despite the administration's leniency, the muezzin decided to take revenge and meticulously planned his crime. The day before the incident, he hid an iron rod in the shoe cabinet near the mosque entrance. After the dawn prayers on Saturday, under the guise of needing help with the lights, the muezzin led the unsuspecting Imam to the shoe cabinet area. There, he attacked the Imam with the iron rod, focusing on his head and shoulders until the Imam collapsed, bleeding profusely. Initially thinking the Imam was dead, the muezzin noticed he was still breathing and fetched a knife to ensure his death. By stabbing him in the sides, confirming the Imam's death, he dragged the body to the women's bathroom, purchased a cleaver, garbage bags, buckets, and tape from a nearby store, and gruesomely dismembered the body, placing the parts in the buckets. He then hired a taxi to transport the buckets to a nearby office, turned on the air conditioning inside to slow decomposition, and returned to the mosque to lead the noon prayers as if nothing had happened. The following day, the muezzin called a friend for help in disposing of the remains. They drove to a scrapyard area to bury the buckets. However, a laborer working nearby noticed them digging and found their behavior suspicious. Suspecting something amiss due to the strange smell emanating from the buckets, he questioned them. At first, they claimed the buckets contained stolen electrical wires from the mosque, but the laborer was not convinced. Under pressure, the muezzin confessed that the buckets contained the remains of a child's body, shocking the laborer, who immediately called his friends for help to detain them. The laborer's friends managed to apprehend them. Despite the muezzin's attempts to bribe them with 100 dinars, the authorities were notified, and the muezzin was arrested. During the investigation, he confessed to his crime. On July 27, 2019, the muezzin was executed by firing squad for his gruesome act of betrayal and murder.